Just kind of touching on, after you kind of step back and look at last night's game compared to like the whole lens of the first 10 games, got wins or points in 8 of them. How far along do you feel that these guys are so far with their game in all 3 zones?
With their what? Sorry.
With their game.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing a lot of good things. Things that we talked about right from day one. I will continue to say nothing's ever perfect, but there's been a lot of good things, a lot of positives. And we've had a couple of pockets. The Washington game wasn't very good. Last night's start to the game wasn't great. And what I liked about last night, obviously, none of us liked the start. The players didn't like the start, right? Like we're all trying to do our best, and certainly what I liked about the ending last night was just the resilience and the belief, and so it was a good point for us to get, but we also in our mind feel like we squandered a point by not having a very good first period.
Lane, what do you want the guys to take away from last night? Sort of the understanding of how poor the start was, or sort of the resiliency that you guys showed in the third?
Both. Yeah, the understanding that we can't put ourselves in that position. If you do, you leave the game up to chance, and why would we do that? And then also, in putting ourselves in that position, having the wherewithal and the understanding that you're never out of a game.
And last night obviously worked out well with Vince and Monty on the ice at the same time, but how do you look at those two when you play them together, and then the advantage of having a couple of really elite quarterbacks on the power play?
Yeah, well, they did a great job, on the 6-on-5. Obviously, that's a situation where we need both of them out, and oftentimes when you're potentially trailing, they can be put together as well. Late face-offs, late second period type draws in the offensive zone and stuff like that. It just gives you another element to try and get back into the hockey game. In saying that, Lindgren and Monty have been a good pair. He's a great partner for Monty, and Lars and Dunner have been a very good pair for a long time here. And so just sometimes it's situational in those moments.
And on the power play, you've got two guys that the level of play for both of them is constant over the 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, they're we have 2 power play units, and both of those guys are very good in terms of up top on both units, and obviously is a big goal by Montour last night on the power play to get us on the board.
Mason Marshman said that his biggest personal adjustment coming here has been the play in the defensive zone and getting accustomed to that system. How do you feel like he's been coming along there?
He's him and I have had a lot of great conversations, and it has been an adjustment for him, and he continues to grow in that area, and we need him to continue to grow in that area. So there's no question that things are a little bit different. And sometimes when you come to a new team and things are different, it takes a little while to adjust. So we're looking forward to continuing that progression with him.
What is the biggest growth point in that end from him specifically?
What is the biggest growth point that he's had?
Or that you're looking for him to make?
A lot of it's just positioning. It's it's a little bit of a different system than where he was at. So he gets he's getting better every day in that area.
With the way that the season started with all the injuries, it gave opportunities for guys like Ryan Winterden and Cale Fleury to have those opportunities. As you guys get healthier, where do you see them, and how can they still kind of flourish on this team?
Well, first of all, we'll have to wait till everybody comes back and gets healthy. I think Winterton has done a really great job of not only doing his role, but also moving up and down the lineup when needed. He's got great speed. That adds an element for us. I think Fleury has done a great job in the role he's been in when he's played as well. So, as far as getting healthy, it just gives us more options.
With Shane Wright, it's hard to play center in the NHL. It's harder for a young guy to thrive when he's just 21 years of age. But so far, what do you like out of this game, and how much more does he have to kind of add to keep building the player that he wants to be?
Yeah, I there's a lot to like about his game. I like his speed. I like his element of offensive ability. He is in the right positions defensively. For me, it's just a continued progression with him of trusting himself and the fact that he can hold on to pucks and make plays. He's very good at that. He's very good when he does. And it's just, again, like you say, it's a young player coming in and continuing to grow.
How's Coppola looked to you for a couple of days he's been out there?
He looks good. He hasn't been on the ice. What is it? I think since the third exhibition game. And he's had a couple of practices with the hockey team. He adds an element of size for us. He adds an element of taking pucks to the net in the offensive zone. We need to create a little bit more offensively, and so I'm looking forward to getting him back in the lineup whenever that may be.